see 14 of Reborn. Now, I'm gonna continue on with the patch story. Is that a Rathalos? Never mind, that's not a Rathalos. Anyway, I was left off doing a dungeon for the Dream of Ice storyline? Questline, whatever. Anyways, let's continue with it. Like, I remember that after I reach at least, like, after I beat like 5 more quests, then I'll be fighting Shiva. Now, I'm not planning on looking up on how to beat it because where's the fun in that? Like, I did it for Ramu and Leviathan, but that's about it. I'm not gonna do it for Shiva because I want to keep it as a surprise. I want to figure out how to beat this. A descendant. You come to us straight from the archives of House 410. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Well, that I had remained there, and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was a questionable precision. Damn, I can't even read. Damn it. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, but only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of the Iceheart followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of a man and a dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is another question. Suffice it to say, and I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House 410. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonder if it be circumstances or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to her escaping. Did you not? Without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. It seems I think Sir Emmerich might take issues with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm this tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us a good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, it was not by the will of hollowness that your ancestor came to this land. Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will. The unquestioned devotions would require all who live a life in service to the feared. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scripture as we will. I chose to believe that the Fury will value the lives of her followers, or the death of her enemies. But I will not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Will that it told us more? That man is awfully pragmatic. For a servant of the Holy See. I welcome trades to the negotiation table, to be sure. Best so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhaps he does not really believe that Ice Heart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. That there can be no doubt in its respect. She differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. Sole exception being good King Mugumad the 12th, made manifested in response to the fervent supplication of the Mughals guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts, at war with a mighty nation, who yearns for the resurrection of one who embodied their beliefs. If that's not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Ended up skipping by accident. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has been concluding a preliminary analysis of the Aetherites as hard used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetherite, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second Aetherite, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly unless Iceheart has some means to make it to mask its signal. I can only presume that she had destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without that means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for the alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlotte may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. Okay. Also sorry that I might stutter something when I'm reading this. A couple of minutes ago I was recording an unboxing video, plus I was drinking some water, so I will be stuttering from time to time and not be able to read some stuff correctly. While Minfila looks into our Aetherite problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretics force, which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Just realized, I think everything is on. And Korthus is vast, and I spy followers and knows the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my brave will benefit immensely from working alongside you. But we have our shares of veterans. We also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Well, I'm aware of that. Good. I know you will understand. And you just Hasan can appraise you with the detail. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatory. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest development in his investigation. The Temple Knight should hold Snow Cloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work, and ours is more pressing. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I forgot that you paused it. There you are, Nightrow. Commander Levelure is urging me to wait for you. Your assistant is most welcome. Believe me, most of the Third Hill from Ulda, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, maybe a moment ago, I received word that a heretic Usik has been spotted making for Denevin Pass, and Brave are already in pursuit. I should be grateful if you will join them. I myself should be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said I do not earn my points. Okay. Okay, so now we go hunt. We go hunt heretics. That was the... There we go. I was pressing the wrong button there. And off I go. How far is it? Not that far. Okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do though. Like I'm planning on finishing the Dream of Ice quest line, but I don't know if I should continue it after. Like I should continue streaming it to the next one. That's the one thing I'm not too sure of. False balls! My ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rug or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went ahead through Denevin Pass. Hurry, you might catch up to it. You weren't sure where to go. Look for tracks this snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. You say that, and yet I do not know. Like that's yeah. Wait, no, those are my friends. Never mind. I think I see it. For a moment there, I thought that was my like I was supposed to actually follow the tracks, but that's not the case. I got a little bit excited there, like something like a tracking mechanic for the game, but like not the case. Let's fly higher. Oh wait, are we going down here again? I love the fact that I can literally just fly. Oh, there we go. The track leads southeast. Does it really though? Oops. I was not trying to summon my ship. Damn it. I was trying to like use a sprint, but like keep pressing since I'm trying to learn how to use both mouse buttons to run. What move? Silence, what are you doing here? The heretic? I'm not sure. There was a great skull beast and you hazard anything. I think he went east on his own. The heretic split us, so we did too. Okay, that is really suspicious of you. I do not believe a single word you just told me. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You Hasa, I'm coming to rescue. You look injured and I'm gonna fight something, I'm pretty sure of that. I just gotta kill those motherfuckers. I don't gotta worry because I'm super strong. They kinda wish I would have leveled up by now, but that's not the case. And now you're dead. Now you're dead. Yu Hasa, come to rescue you. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretic's track that I almost failed to notice they had a double back. Almost, mind you, one tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife on in the guts for his troubles. I found myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, Before his friend found me, I came up upon this. Fine. Withdrawing groups of 3 or less, the observatory. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watched. Be late and be left for dead. Speak for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside that place. So we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. We should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatory. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. So, I'm supposed to go there? Off I go. When will I be getting my next like armor piece for this set? Honestly, I would have preferred to keep my paladin armor set on instead of this, but like this has more defense. Suspicious quarter. I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats. The knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. You're under arrest, sir. Well, stay with me. Stay with him. Then if you think you'll fare any better. No, there's no need for that. There's a place like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Oh, really? Did your last ever thirst for the blood of the fallen? And by your deed, it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. We'll see about that. None but made in secret with heretics. Then I'll do well, and I'll do well. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Fancy meeting you here, Nightrow. I presume you work with the third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretic, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the island. It's a beggar's belief, I know, but it seems our favorite guardian spy may have been providing an assistant to Iceland. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugi and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphanata is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire, but weaken their influence in these lands, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The day ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess, if you will allow it. I will accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and I shall always also be watching. I'll come for you in time. Come, Nightrow, let us wait inside the Captain Silbert. He returned and delivered his report. Now, which one was the button to take a screenshot? Okay, that's another quest completed. Frick. Okay, now where is this guy so we can beat the shit out of him so we get information out of him? Because I desire information. Also, I got a message on my phone and I have to remember where I left it. Captain Ilbert seems confident that the merchant result will simply crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity. I would rather not say, given our adversary is cunning. I should consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The god knows we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Yes! I want to see how it looks. For the love of God. Oh, that look good. That look good, man. If only you could get the a freaking weapon that go along with that. What is this? This is for pugilists and just okay. I'll definitely go with the armor. It's cool. Captain Hilbert, your report will read well. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us not that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Guardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiry concerning the Ivy, however, we have proven more fruitful. We have certain the channels by which the heretic acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flames we first identified as being the Ivy's employee. From him, we were able to trace the trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end, proving that the investigation had been compromised. We took the necessary steps of detaining all suspects of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including Flame Station and Revenant Tolls. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, a particular of which he will share with benefactor there, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipment. Bonds for the settlement, needless to say, that includes those originating from House Portent. He knew the precise route the caravan will take, and he sold the information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other with little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that's one mystery solved, at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to tracing of its mass? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error, and a desperate bid to cover his tracks. The Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative power available only to a high-ranking member of the Immortal Flames. If you consider that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspect is fairly narrow. You mean to say that the agent is among Rawan's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flame establishment? 'Tis the most possible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into the possession of authority unmarked, and remain above suspicion all its years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that led themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adders. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mine under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda military was made up of a desperate order. Desperate order? Most of which were glorified mercenaries, companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as Grand Company. The difficulty Rawan faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known, even after he had convinced his fellow syndicates member to share the cause. There remained a small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, them and recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its bounty, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now. The model flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests and public and the private. Though Monoterras ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they do so, but simply self-preservation. Had Nell Van Darn's ambitious been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they will never have risked supplying raw bombs with an army. 'Tis but a wonder that they do not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the dangers have passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shattering several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the XIV. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, we have the second attempt into the unrest. The third can join the fourth in the inspecting crystal shipment. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Sheila is summoned in like a manner to the other primals, the Heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretic abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Edge Guardian. It is time, Commander. Yes, I'm aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. We're having a development in Garlemald. We'll see. As Commander of the Crystal Brave, my presence has been requested. I will have you accompany me, Nightrow, as a realm's status champion. Tis only me that will be present for the discussion. Oh, and the descendant has already given her consent. Then let's you work. Okay, let me go check my phone. What was? Oh, this is just a notification. Never mind. Lately, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with the Ice Heart, but until another path to our sanctum is found, she will remain beyond my reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no efforts to secure the alternate route. Until such time they succeed, I suggest we give some thoughts to the realm's other problems. I should go on ahead to Britannia, in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Navika's altar, in which we'll make our way to the Lotus stand together. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a cutscene that is voice acted. Yeah, he's like that. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. I just realized I wanted to check something before I continue with the story. Like, I was watching a video like on how to get the Warrior of Light armor for the Chocobo. If I remember, I'm supposed to go to Old Britannia for that and talk to a specific NPC for that. Now let's go. I think it was in Old Britannia. I'm not too sure. Hopefully I have enough to actually get the armor. Now let's see here. I highly doubt it's that way. I think it was this way. Let me see. Raider, maybe? Let's see. It's not that, that's for sure. No, it's not here. Where the hell is it? I know it was somewhere in Overdania. Company chest. Oh, there we go. Found it. This way. I want to check that out. I want to see if how many points I got. Because if I have plenty enough to for the behemoth and the behemoth mount, then maybe I'll go for that instead, and then I'll get the Warrior of Light armor for the Chocobo. Okay, who was it I'm supposed to talk to? You? Or maybe it's you I'm supposed to. Oh, it's you. Your accurate achievement points have entered you an achievement and certificate. Certificates may be exchanged for a special reward of your choice by speaking to okay. I only got 10, really? What the fudge? What? No weapons. Nothing. Cause scattered uniform voucher exchange. I don't know what that is. Ready? Oh wait, this is a minion. Okay. Why? Black Chocobo. Oh, that's adorable. That's actually cool. Wind up leaders. Odin. Okay, so I can actually get Odin here. That's cool. That's adorable. I really like them all. Goblin, and Gilgamesh. An ammo? What is this? Period. Look, I'm good. This is from that one summon. Voidal Resonator. Metal tuning fork for that one. So I don't even know what that is. Black Mage Party. Oh, this is the armor sets. Okay. Flying Chef. There you go, this is the one. It's okay, I can actually afford that. That's cool. Magic Tech Tactical. Oh no. Agree with doing Confession, Painting Realm. Oh, this is for a house or whatever. Okay, this is. No. Is it? This imposing horn emits a thunderous tone. Summons your mighty behemoth. Oh, got it. Okay, I wanna see, is that the actual mount? Oh, I actually got it? Was it here? Mount guy. Oh, gee, I actually got it. Oh, I wanna. Oh, I'm happy with that purchase. I'm really happy. Okay, I wanna get that Chocobo armor. Where is it? Warning of Light. Okay, I got enough. Yay. Oops. Okay, how do I give him that armor set? Ah, shit, how do I do this? Like, I want to actually put on that armor for him. Saddleback? I don't know how to do it. At least I got my behemoth. I love it. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm happy that I hooked that up. Now, I remember that I saw that you could also get the What was it? I think it was Squall's like clothing that you can get. I mean, I know that you can get it from when you like buy the collector's editions for. Which one was it? Was it? I think it was Stormblood, or was it? That has to be Stormblood. Anyways, at least I got my behemoth down. Yeah. I need to tell my friend. I wonder how you can unlock more like stuff so you can buy there. My thanks for coming, Nightrow. When you're ready, speak with the Conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my camera because I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like a voice acted type of thing, so let me do this. Okay, there you go. The Alliance leader awaits you at the Lotus Stand. Would you be joining them now? Yes. I have finished my business with the achievement trader, whatever.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
Yeah, we should also inform to Raubon that there's a spy amongst you guys, and he's spilling the beans about our stuff. I guess nobody will.
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
Who indeed? I mean, Gaius is dead, I'm pretty sure. Then again, I don't think he was the emperor as far as I can remember.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
Very suspicious.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
It is too convenient. Of course.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Those are some cool-ass shoulder armor. I mean, a little bit too big, but you know, they're super cool.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new Emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Okay. Let me go ahead and turn on the camera. Okay, so surprised that Rava didn't go with a guard, but what's her face actually did. Arlene, I think was her name. I will not have escaped your notice that the nation of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations. To the contrary, plainly, the threat resurging Garlemald is not enough to steer them. And the reason for this deep-rooted mistrust amongst citizenry, the nation's leader can come to an all the understanding they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Luminescence for instance. Though Admiral Marleep outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for rock-swelling wood-legged copteros. In likewise, the Gridanians are marked as a hermit who talk to trees, and the Olda scorn as swindlers who worship coins. Not that much sentiments are entirely without grounds. For take the pillars of Oldan society, and Taledji, Adelji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that the people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On the basis, one could argue that the conflict of Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction. They advocated the accusation of Omega. In order to placate them, we presented something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for a full-scale conflict. But enough idle music. Let us speak of more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke to the observatorian Captain Ilbert, has further shortened his list of suspects, and by a happy coincidence, The one he deems mostly candidate is Lady Constance Britannia. What? The hunt nears its end. All that remains is to corner our quarries, seek out Ilber near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any development in Cortes, you may sure they'll send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the item. Are you gonna help? Of course you won't. Oh. Okay, now that's done. Let's go back to New Britannia. Honestly, it would be cool if we could actually play in the original game, but like not keep like the original gameplay of it, but like just like play through the stories from the original games. Actually, it will be interesting. My thanks for coming, Scion. Tell us the commander has informed you, but we have amassed the IV. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Yeah, let's put on that new armor. Yes, sir. Okay, so I got the full armor set, I think. I don't. Whatever. Still cool. Yeah, this is for the other ones. I think I'm gonna go with this Everstar Coat because that's the one I started with. Like picking, of course. Listen well, the spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than the Flame Marshal and Lane Rowley, Robin's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skills with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Historian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Plains, barring the Flames General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Rawan chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetary saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they served the right to reject candidate nominated for a high-ranking position. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, His guardians especially after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much of a rumor to protest. That's a cool ass arm. When Rowley was appointed to her post, passing strange, is it not? Would it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? I just realized, if she's allowed, can she just hear our entire conversation? But the revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us Rowley's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flames Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General, while Rawan attends the Council of Alliance Leader. She should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Britannia, yet here she is nonetheless. On some pretense, she's up to something. Mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trolling the flames, records for evidence of Rowley's guilt. But we can catch her red-handed. We shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, and the airship landing and the docks. Every point of egress, she cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Sure. You have my thanks. Let us go then. Take care not to alert your quarry. Does that mean we're gonna leave the Britannia? Wow, there we go. Are we actually gonna tell her? Like, are we actually gonna follow her? Or not? Rolly's heading in the direction of the blue battery gate. With me, Scion. The way they play. Damn, this place is full of people. No, but I still haven't done that dungeon. Like I tried to do it, but like I keep like getting killed. And so Raleigh has entered the Caroline Canopy, meeting someone perchance, or could it be she means to board on an airship? Here, look for her with it. If she's not in the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. FME is her name. She'll remain here in case Raleigh reappears. The fuck? Nightrow Eclipse, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. Oh, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Turn to Ilbert. I wonder if I should lower the volume of the game like through the stream, because I don't know if it's too loud or not. Maybe I should lower it a little bit. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure you did not board any airship? She did not come by out either. Where the seventh hell could she have gone? The roost. How could I forget? Greeting, good sir. Might I interest you in some Montu tonic? A cup of tea imbues a man with great vigor. Did you take my meaning? Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You are Shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Britannia by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant. Though these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were not for their unique talents, Raleigh would have disappeared without a trace. Yes. There we go, it changed. Ooh, now actually, okay, I want to see how this works. What? See? Can I try it on? I guess it does, considering this armor set clearly has a waist. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Zion. I suggest we follow Raleigh's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. Your daughter's wish will take my certain preparation. See to them while I go ahead, and I shall wait for you at Sweet Boom Pier. Finally, I get to leave this place. I wanna ride my dang behemoth. Where exactly is that? Okay, I think I could go there. Teleport. Yeah, fuck, I keep forgetting. I always keep forgetting like to check how I can like do like a shortcut or like if there's a button to For the mouse. Oops, I always forget that. Okay, I want to see how my behemoth mount look like. Ooh. Oh yes, boy. I got a big meaty boy right here. Okay, I want to see my chocobo. I wonder how... Whee! It's a flying behemoth. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, I want to summon my chocobo. Okay, let's see. How do I make you wear the armor, though? That's the one thing I want to know. Armor is just... Is there not like an option for the chocobos? How do I actually equip that on my chocobo? Actions? Companion. That's not the one. I actually want you to wear it, like I don't know how to do that. Oh, appearance, there we go. Yay! He has the Warrior of Light armor. Yay! I love that. Lie, my little chocobo. I mean, big chocobo, you're bigger than me. Yay! I mean, at least I got my behemoth, so if I remember, my friend told me you can get the behemoth if you like get the culture edition for the base game. But whatever, I got it for free. Even though it took some achievement points, but whatever. This way, my friend. Yugiri? Or is this just a soldier? Yeah, Yugiri! Your party makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Raleigh is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she needs to make contact with her guardian master center. Or maybe she's there to meet family members? An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the guardians have their own method of communication over great distances. Well, our ingenious friend at Garland Ironworks have provided us with a device that which disrupts these communications, and we had to install them around the city-state. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with our masters. Rose will have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contacts directly. Yet, as well known based in the Immortal Twins, she cannot move about Denelons without being recognized. It will only be a matter of time before someone saw her through her disguise. Since for this reason, I believe that she has chosen the Black Child for her clandestine meeting. The 11 is in our common sight here. Her comments are not like to turn up any heads. As my scout tell it, the Guardian has sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only to make for Hawthorne Hut and catch Rolly in the gap. Okay. So we go there now. Yay. But it will be funny if there was a chocobo armor of Squall or something like that. Oh wait, if I remember, I think it was like a Dark Knight armor for the chocobo. Oh, I'd like to see that. If I remember correctly, that is. I'm not too sure. My people report that our warrior has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Abbey returns to the Knolls once she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone for standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her guardian masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in the wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friend. I mean, she could just be here to visit family members. You literally just said it to yourself. Like, this area is like the one spot where most of her race appears, right? So maybe she's just visiting family members. One way to find out. Is that a griffin? Just beyond. Raleigh is in a conversation with the individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Can you wait? Let's see what happens. Oh my god, this is... Oh boy. Flame Marshal Elaine Rowling, you're under arrest for treason and espionage. Oh boy. You were followed, you bloody fool. Oh, so she actually is a spy. Damnations. You will not run away, lady. Oh, shinobis, ninjas, the whole shebang. What's with that face? You are annoying, my lady. I scarcely guard for battle, but if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the 12th Wood? When last I looked, there was no crime, and neither was conversing with a passing stranger. Girl, he literally just said, you were followed, you fool. That literally means you're a traitor. Like, literally. Unless you're selling drugs, that's a different crime entirely. You will feign ignorance then? Very well. If you don't think of something to say, then there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no trouble, after all. I have not to hide. Honestly, this is really suspicious. The whole situation is suspicious, in my opinion. Don't pop like that. Even aware of Raleigh's renown, we now have hope to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it has to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal plains will gradually wither and die. Mayhaps then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand coming they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what would you do now, Nightrow? I have no clue. So the Scion seeks a way into Iceheart Sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stone. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. Need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talent, have you considered training in the arts of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please, give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Ooh. That sounds interesting. Guessing she's at the... Okay. I still find that whole thing suspicious though, like... I mean... Nah, whatever, I mean... That guy literally just said those words and it already is making her suspicious. Or maybe he was doing that because maybe he was a good guy and he wasn't delivering information. So maybe he got the wrong guy, the wrong person. Chocobos. I wonder if there's a video on how to make like a chocobo keychain out of clay. Okay. Okay, let's do this. I move forward. Apolino? Welcome back, Nightrow. I understand that Alphana has a task for you. May I ask what it is? What it was? The charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royally? I can scarce believe it. But there had not been some manner of misunderstanding, possibly. Oh, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, you must trust the authorities to uncover it. Let's speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our effort to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Good to know. Simple plan. Okay. As you recall, Iceheart used Xyatherite in the depths of Snow Globe to teleport to a short distance to the west, most likely to the sanctuary of them. A description it is we suspect she means to summon Shiva. Using the crystal she stole from the house for 10 caravan, the Harriers believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and to stop them we shall. But first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it will be simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet, and thereby follow our inquiry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the other to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Netherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with the Ranger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does not possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant Tolls. From Charlotte, she should be arriving within an hour in act. Since you're here, perhaps we could welcome her together. I'm certain that she will appreciate the gesture. Let's make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Okay. Is this the fifth quest? I think correct. Hopefully this is a short part of the quest. I wanna start fighting Shiva already. I think we're just gonna, like, once I finish this quest line for Shiva, I'm just gonna stop right there because I think tomorrow I'll be able to finish the next quest line for the story. Considering I only saw, like, it's only like really few missions, quests I should be saying. And after, what the heck? Okay, you're wearing the Warrior of Light armor, but with all that stuff, man. And why is your chocobo red? I want to have a blue chocobo. I like.
Minfilia, am I right?
It's actually voice acted. There you go.
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay, that was kind of short. Let us return to the Rising Stone at once. Then we have much to discuss. Dang. Better go do it. Maybe turn off my damn camera just for that. A short ass cutscene. Oh, but Rathalos armor, I think. Is that a Rathalos armor? Oh, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was Rathalos armor, considering that was a crossover with it. With Monster Hunter at the time. Nope.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
I don't see it.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of aetherites. Also, As many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Probably following you, that's for sure.
Unhand me.
You said stay hidden then.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
What?
Go on.
What? Good sir.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit.
Sure, innocent motives. Sure, let's go with that.
Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetheryte?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetheryte not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetheryte to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetheryte's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetheryte, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetheryte.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white auracite at their disposal.
What?
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetheryte. However, white auracite cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
What?
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
Why didn't you do it?
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
But you'll be me like that. Fuck's sake. I wanna be the guinea pig for this experiment. Oh yeah, I just realized I haven't even put the waste. There we go. I've already informed Alphona of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Wambrita described. He agreed in that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wishes to meet with you, Snowcloak, before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Nightrow, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Okay, just making sure. Now we teleport to Camp Dragon Bone. Oh my god. When will I fuck my Shiva? Oh, I wonder. I'm actually pretty curious. Like, does the behemoth even have a thing to it? So fucking beefy. That's actually a good song. Oh, fun I have alright. Good to see you, Nightrow. I was trying to wonder if you were having a second thoughts. Captain Milbert sends regard. By the way, he attends to the interrogation of Elaine Rowley. I know that even as we speak, but it will not distract you from the matter at hand. And describe the IV upon your return. I trust that by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the aetheryte after you, Scion. Yeah, I'm gonna be the guinea pig for this damn experiment. Oh no. Oh no. Don't make me do this. I'm scared of doing something dangerous. Okay, take me there, damn it. There it is. Ready? Nope. Isn't that the thing to summon Shiva? It worked, I think. Try to tune into the Etherite now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We have done all we can, Nightrow. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. With the grace of the 12, you arrive safely. You must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. If she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. When little of this said, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice. So I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservation about wagering their lives on the success of Moenbreda's experiment. But others will surely agree that the desperate times call for desperate measures. I fear you assemble your party. Pray see with the knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Emery. Sure he does. Oh, there we go. Sir, Sir Emmerich requests that he could not be here in person and asked that I read you this letter. Each court faces an unprecedented threat. Yet, in our hands of need, it is not her knight who stand poised to defend her. Nightrow cliffs of Warrior of Light saved you of Verostat. Your deeds this day should not be forgotten. Where others will flee, you choose to remain. Where others will falter, do rise to the challenge. Where others will use their gift for selfish chance, you will wield yours in the service of a greater cause. May Halona bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Safely. Get exits. Oh. Find them. And now I wait. Oh boy. Might as well mess around with my phone. We'll watch a video while I wait. So there's only me, the one tank, still missing 2 healers and 4 DPS. So keep watching this video while to learn how to make 3D models.
It's going to smooth everything out like this in a way we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're first of all on top of this mirror here, or underneath it I should say, we're going to come and add a...
Before that, I want to take a look. to see if I can find like an actual picture of the sword itself. This is the... Oh, this is the better picture though. We got 2 tanks, we got the additional tank and 2 DPS. We need 2 more and 2 healers and we'll be ready. And we lost the 1 DPS. There we go. Let's see how this goes.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
Wait, so I was right? She is Shiva?
We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal eternal grace.
Well, she's not Sheila, but she's turning into a Chiba. That hair though. Oh, that's her crown? That's her. What's happening? And she got her body back. Now you're going back to jail. Or you're going to jail. Did good. Okay, now that we finish this trial. Or cutscene.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence.
Yeah, but not at the cost of summoning a primal.
Mine is the righteous cause.
Is it though?
You fight in a war you do not understand.
Neither do
a
you.
pawn of liars and schemers.
That might be the case.
And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask
I question
why.
everything they had to say. They just don't listen.
Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
Those are the same words from the crystal. Well, shit, I'm gonna see that she died. And she is born reincarnation.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
By the 12th, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? I guess. I sir did what? And you're certain about that, aren't you? Your Banians are skilled with glamours after all. Look, if you say what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being someone like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause a hallucination, you see? Oh, fair enough. I was only asking. Get your stupid chocolate out of the way, man. I'm trying to talk to someone here. If you ask me, there's not to be gain from mulling over the implication of your story. In the freezing cold, let's save it for the rising stone, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. But before that, you had best pay visit to Whiteburn Front and speak with Alphanet. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Gardens. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have to have a headache or anything, do you? No? Or vision? Oh, awesome. See you again soon. You better have an explanation for asking me those questions. And it's a question that will never be answered. That's time. Oops. There we go. Now, I'm guessing we're gonna get the whole thing with Ivy solved? Question mark? Or not? Or maybe he just, like she's saying, he's messing around with politics. Politics with the Guardians who thinks they can read whatever. Let's see at the bottom. There he is, and none of the words for where. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light will succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you'll be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But no, not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of a celebration, and one of which we have Nightrow to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with that we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Sheila is no longer a threat. The heretics have been routed. Aye, there's a matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, months, or even years, my knights will find her. I thought she died. In the meantime, Lord Gilmont, is the caravan ready? Oh, what the fuck? The supplies you and your men recover have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant Halls. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are self-saved supplies that I have stolen from the house for Temp Caravan? Lest the crystal which compromised the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On the unrelated notes? Whatever. Nightrow, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead? At your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit, a certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to rescue life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I'm told. I'm pretty sure I can guess who it was. Men give vent to their anxieties in immediate ways. Pray do not think less of them. Pretty sure I can guess who it is. Now, I have no clue how many quests I have left now. I already finished the dungeon, so what is there left? Okay, Rob. I'm outie. And I stick the landing and I ride to Camp Dragonhead and now to report. What the? There he is. Now to report my finding. Parchment, I have arrived safely and sound with all my limbs and my vision. What were you thinking, Nightrow? Wagering your very being onto Ethereum, which might allow you to enter Iceheart Lair, knowing full well that that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then engaging in the abomination in Marvel combat. But the Fury Nightrow, 'tis the stuff of ballast, a battle for the ages. All that I have been there to fight by your side. Yet, here was to force to wait. condemned to wander at the fate of a dear friend for veritable eternity. I will not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here. You are here now, and that's what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wishes to have a word with you, Master Alphonse, in private. He awaits us at the intercessory. Okay. Let me do something first. Wait, is it upstairs or outside? Is there even upstairs? No, there's no upstairs. Village? I thought it was upstairs. There we go. Over there. Let's see. Okay, so there's only like 3 quests after this. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We, too, have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
We're being
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
Oh, shit.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
as we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
I think you did. Okay, so now I have 3 more quests to finish. It will seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stone. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitate a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if words of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Guardian Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to its very star. As such, that they deem any action taken against the Beast Tribe to be justified by default. Imagine that if it becomes known that it was not only the Beast Tribe of Eorzea that would summon primals, but her civilized people as well. Any lingering objection to the Earthsyn campaign will vanish overnight. Where before we have not contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could both find ourselves facing the combined might of Garlemald. But I speak uninvisibly. Come, Nightrow. It's better we continue this conversation at Mordana. I don't know if I go. I even haven't even reached the half of the freaking XP bar. Go Forge. Now I have to go here. Okay, so let me check out the clock. Let's see, for the next one, there's only like... It's only 8 quests. One is a dungeon, the other one is a trial fight. They're not far from each other according to this. That is the second part of that quest.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoix's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog XII was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Discard the annals of for knowledge regards more. It, given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? A commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Boy. This sounds like trouble. Nightrow, 'tis well that you're on hand. We have a problem. Rolly has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flame took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with the 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Rolly quitting the city via the gate of now, with a bloodshed spear in her hand. She makes for Castle Meridian. I'm certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Rolly's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Bluefrog and join the hunt. Okay, before... Okay, yes, already right there. Never be too sure. Oh, it's this place. It's been a while since I've been here. My thanks for coming, Zion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say they Rolly walked through the camp, not a bellow though. She walked right through. She did not miss here. We have Rowan's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Rolly must not be allowed to reach Castle Meridian. Okay, if I remember, I think that's the place where the guardians were being posted at. This wretch was with Rolly. He threw himself at us as his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we got him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own goddamn heart. With me, Scion, we almost have her. I don't even know you even heard the spitting sound. So she actually is working for the Groggins. That's a new one. Bitch. And mission accomplished. Fight her and do it tight. Yes, sir. That was a close one. Good work, man. She and her Imperial cronies push us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer at the Immortal Plane. People look up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What we do know below, you are spoiled little lording who has never known any want. People such as you take a well-done birth for granted. You think it's your gods giving right to rule over others. You know not of our plight. The injustice that we lowborn English guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, who are not people, our resources will be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive. Stealing, killing, even hoarding myself. It is no fault of mine. It fools imagine me a paragon when I joined the flames. To hear you tell it, one will think you're the only person to ever have suffered. In case you haven't forgotten, Raudan himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor do we begrudge others their fortune. We have accepted that the hand that we have been dealt with, and played it to the best of our abilities. Life was a battle, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the shin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenary for lowly birth, and it's true that we both had our fair shares of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, is that you never betray your own. I will sooner cut off my own arms than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Uldad to face justice. The people who trust you have dragged through the gutter. Damn. Alphona had nothing to say. Damn. That's a first. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that ended its sordid business is finally at an end. A friend betrayal cut deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raudan chose his.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Reborn. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. But we have completed our interrogation. She'll take our finding directly to General Raudan, and that shall be the end of it. Work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stone, and appraise Minfield of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Raleigh in a high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. than a black-made chocobo. So tiny. This should be the list was for this quest, right? Honestly, the Shiva boss fight wasn't that hard. The same goes for that dungeon. I mean, I was expecting for there to be more of a mechanic for the Shiva boss fight. Seriously, my friend literally sent me a picture of fucking Shiva stomping on some guy or something. I don't know. It was funny. But like, it was kind of easy. Maybe it was getting carried by someone in that fight. Who knows? I mean, the other tank was almost dying, but thanks to the hero, we managed to heal that person in time. Plus, I also took away the use provoke to get him, like, so he doesn't get killed. So I guess I'll help him in the long run.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
Ryo? My god, I'm getting those names wrong.
Together with Reborn, Eileen lent us much needed aid at the time of our order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls.
Oh, so that's your plan. Basically the same thing I said in one of the previous streams, when I said about trapping their souls in a jar. I guess that's the concept is the same as this, except it's a crystal. White aetherite.
Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the orosite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident of the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
I'm pretty sure those people that are still alive, they're just in a different dimension, most likely.
Aye.
That does not sound good.
Yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God.
Chaos.
We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
With that, it is the end of the questline for the Dream of Ice. Oh, there's still more cutscene, I think. Yep.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
Huayu? How the hell? How the hell do you even get that from those letters right there?
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor project had failed. and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zosgalvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
I was saying the same thing.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! One day I will purge this land of your sickness! Before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Oh shit. Oh, that's a cute chocobo and Mongol plushie there.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
Is she suggesting to disband the Syndicate, she has to get rid of the whole royalty type of thing?
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
Went to such measures so she can bring peace, even though there's gonna be chaos first, but then peace. If there is peace.
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Uldar will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Damn. Wait, what the heck? Wait, what is this? The quest not yet available. Dungeon requirement, ball of what? Wait, I had to unlock them. So if okay, I'll try and do that tomorrow. Okay. So I guess I'll have to unlock those like the hard mode version of those dungeons later on. Well, I'm gonna end this stream right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream / video that's gonna be coming out. Honestly, I don't know if I should just stop like recording like Final Fantasy V on my channel and just start uploading the Final Fantasy 14 instead, and just play 5 on my own time and beat it. But I think I'm gonna, I don't know. Still haven't decided on what to do. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.